A very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to the EVS 1 class. So students, as you know, we were doing our fourth chapter that says floats, sink and mixes. So today also we will be continuing with the discussions of this chapter. So before going to today's points, let us see what we have learned. Yes, in the last class you will remember that we have done one activity. Yes, one activity of dissolving water with sugar and the sand. Yes, and after mixing the both the sugar and the sand, we have found that the sugar mixes properly with the water, and that gives us a solution, isn't it? That gives us a solution. We have also learned that the sugar was the solute in our activity and water was the solvent. Yes or no? Yes. See, sugar plus water gave us the sweet water, that is a solute plus solvent gives us the solution. So we know solution means the mixture of solute and the solvent together. Okay. We have also learned about the solubility. We have seen that the sugar dissolved properly with the water. Yes or no? So that was our soluble substance. Yes, but as comparison to sugar, the sand didn't mix with the water. Yes or no? But it is settled down at the bottom of the water. Yes, so sand was the insoluble substance. Yes, so we already learned about the soluble and the insoluble things. So today, connecting with the solubility and the solvent, we will learn that water is an universal solvent. Okay, that means the solubility of many substances in water. I won't say that all substances in water, but many substances can get dissolved in water. Clear? So water is an universal solvent. We will also learn other solvents. Yes, solvents other than water. What are the other solvents except the water? Clear? So let's start. See here, like water, oil is also a liquid. Can we dissolve sugar in it? Let us find out. Okay, in the last class we have seen that we have dissolved sugar in water. Yes or no? Yes, we have mixed sugar in water and completely dissolved. Yes, likewise oil is also a liquid, isn't it? Oil is also a liquid. Yes, but do oil will mix with the water properly? Do oil will mix with the sugar properly? No. You can do this activity. You can try mixing it. Just take little bit of cooking oil. Okay, cooking oil in a glass. Then you can add some sugar to it. Okay, you can add 1 spoon of sugar to it and then keep mixing up. Okay, keep stirring up. Then what you will see? You will see that sugar doesn't dissolve in oil. It remains at the bottom. How our activity was with the sand, how we did the sand and water activity. We saw when we tried to mix sand with the water, it didn't dissolve, but it settled at the bottom. Yes or no? So the sugar and the oil will do the same thing. Okay, now see here. Substances soluble in water may not be soluble in other liquids. As water can dissolve many substances, it is called a universal solvent. Yes, this is the reason. Though oil is also a liquid, water is also a liquid. But what we can dissolve in water, we cannot dissolve that one in liquid. Understood? So there are many substances which can be dissolved in water, but which cannot be dissolved in other liquid. I'm not saying that all the substances. Like mud we saw, we cannot dissolve mud in a water. But if we take sugar, if we take salt, yes, then those can be dissolved in water. So for that reason we say water as an universal solvent. That means many substances can be dissolved in water. Now why we can dissolve in water? Because the molecules in water are set in such a way. Yes, the molecules in water are set in such a way that it can dissolve the other substances when we mix in it. Yes, that means the molecules of the other substances can get mixed with that substance. They can occupy the space. Yes, they can occupy the space. As we know that in liquid, yes, the molecules are loosely packed. Yes or no? So in water, the molecules are set in such a way, yes, then when we pour some substances on it, the molecules can adjust with the water. For that reason, we say water as a universal solvent. That means some substances we can be able to dissolve in water. Am I clear? For that reason, we say water as a universal solvent. Okay. Now, see here. As we say, water is a universal solvent. It can dissolve some substances in it. But did you know that while we dissolve the substances in water, at some point of time, yes, at some point of time, the particles doesn't get dissolved in it properly. Okay, now the activity here is like that. You can try this at home. It's a very easy activity. Suppose you have taken half glass of water and you have poured 2 tablespoons of sugar there. Now you keep mixing it. Okay, you keep mixing it. Okay, after some time you will see the sugar has completely dissolved in water. Okay, now you add 2 more spoons. You add 2 more spoons. Again you start mixing it. Yes, again we will start mixing it, and after some time you will see the sugar will dissolve. So after mixing some spoons of sugar in the water, you will see at that time the sugar doesn't dissolve in water. What the sugar will do, it starts settling down at the bottom. Okay, it starts settling down at the bottom. Now why this happens? We know that water is a universal solvent. We can dissolve sugar in a water, and when it dissolves properly we get a solution, sugar solution. But if we continuously keep on adding sugar on it, then at some point of time you will see the sugar stops dissolving in water. Okay, the sugar stops dissolving in water and it will settle at the bottom of the water. And what you have to do, you should add little more water on it. Okay, you should add little more water on it. See here, see. Now the second picture. Yes, the second picture is that the glass of water and you have added the some tablespoon of sugar in it. Okay, now after adding some tablespoon of sugar in, a sugar get mixed it properly. Yes, the sugar get mixed it properly. Now after some point of time you are again adding some spoons of sugar. Yes, at that time it is not mixing with the water, but instead of mixing it is settled down at the bottom. Why? I told you there are some molecules in a water. Okay, now when you add some spoons of sugar in the water in the starting, then what happens? The molecules get adjusted with the molecules of the water. The molecules of sugar get adjusted with the molecules of water. But at some point of time it will come that there will be no space. Okay, there will be no space to add more sugar on it. There will be no space to add more sugar on the water. For that reason, what happens when we will try to add more and more sugar in water, at some point of time it will stop dissolving. Yes, once we add sugar in a water, it becomes solution. Yes, now if we keep on adding some spoons of sugar, yes, when it gets dissolved it becomes a saturated solution. That means the solution is already been made, already been prepared, it is done. Clear? Now if you try to add more sugar on it, then at that time there will be no there will be no mixing of the sugar. At that point of time the sugar will be started to settle down at the bottom. It won't dissolve because there is no space in it. Clear? See here, see, a fixed quantity of water can dissolve only a fixed quantity of sugar. Understood? Now if you're taking a half glass of water and if you're adding suppose 20 tablespoons of sugar, it won't make up because there is a fixed quantity of it. Yes or no? Because the molecules of the water is also fixed are also placed in such a way that it can add only some amount of sugar in it. When you add excess of sugar in it, it cannot adjust. At that time only what happens, the sugar starts settling down in the bottom. That means it doesn't get dissolved. So for that reason, what we say, that a fixed quantity of water can dissolve only a fixed quantity of sugar. Understood? That means there is also a fixed quantity of solvent where you will add a fixed quantity of solute. Understood? That means your solvent quantity should be more than your solute. Then only it can be properly dissolved. Otherwise, it won't be dissolved. Clear? See here. When a substance cannot be dissolved further into a solution, then the solution is known as saturated solution. Already the solution has been prepared. The spaces are already been taken up. Yes, the molecules have already filled up. Now, if you add also more and more, it won't dissolve. Then what you have to do? You have to increase the volume of the water. That means your solvent, the quantity of the solvent should be more. Then only the remaining sugar that was settled down in the bottom, they can be dissolved. Am I clear? So this is one activity, very easy activity. You can try this one at home. Okay. Now we will see solvents other than water. As I told you, there are other solvents also. Yes, there are other solvents also where there are other solvents also other than except water. Okay, we cannot say the water. I told you water is an universal solvent, but it always cannot dissolve all the substance in it. Okay, so there are other things also than water which dissolves other substances. See here, we have learned that water is a universal solvent, but it cannot dissolve substances. Example, oil, stones, some wall paints and so on. Yes, oil is a very good example. Yes, we cannot mix oil with the water. Yes, I have told you in the first day. Yes, first day of the chapter, that we cannot mix oil in a water. Yes or no? The same goes with the paints. Paints, we know paints, the wall paints. Yes, we cannot dissolve wall paints. We cannot dissolve wall paints in a water because paints contain some amount of oil in it. Okay, we cannot dissolve paints in a water because paints contain some amount of oil in it, and for that reason, if we try to dissolve the paints in a water, it won't get dissolved. It won't get dissolved, but it will dissolve with kerosene. It will dissolve with kerosene. Okay, kerosene or petrol. See here, take a glass of water, add some cooking oil to it. What do you see? The water and the oil remain separate. They do not mix. The oil floats on the surface of the water. Yes, I have already discussed this one. Have you seen painters washing and cleaning their brushes? Do they wash it in water? No. Sometimes the paint they use doesn't dissolve in water. Yes, so they use a solvent like kerosene or petrol to wash away the paint from the brushes. Yes, not always all the paints that we use can be dissolved in water because paints contain some amounts of oil, and we know oil and water never get mixed up. Yes or no? For that reason, we use other solvents. So what are the other solvents? Kerosene and petrol. Okay, kerosene and petrol can be dissolved. Yes, they can dissolve oil. For that reason, when we want to dissolve something in paints or in the paints, then we use the solvent kerosene or petrol. Same goes with the stain also. If there is any type of stain in your cloth, yes, then they are not been washed with the water. They are being washed with the kerosene or petrol. Okay. Now see here. Now see here. Have you ever seen your mother giving oil or grease stained clothes for dry cleaning? This is because the oil from the stain is not soluble in water. Some other solvents like petrol is used for dry cleaning. The oil from the stains get dissolved in it and the clothes get clean. Yes, if we have some type of grease or oil stain in our clothes, yes, then we don't use water to clean it. Yes, because it won't go with water. We give it them from dry cleaning, but it won't go with water. Instead of it, we use the petrol or the kerosene. Okay, we use the petrol or the kerosene to wash that stain. Clear? Because it contains oil. Yes, it contains oil. Clear? Children, now see the BMA's part. Have you ever wondered why the soft drink fizz when we open the lid? These soft drinks have carbon dioxide dissolved in water under pressure. When we open a bottle or a can of soft drinks, the carbon dioxide gas dissolved in the water, dissolved in the drink, rushes out. Okay, now we are all familiar with the canned drinks. Yes or no? So they are the soft drinks. Okay, now we know that when we open the can, at first what we will see, there are lots of bubbles. Yes, there's a lots of bubbles rushing up. Yes or no? Rushing up. Yes, so these bubbles are what? Actually, we know that the soft drinks are all carbonated drinks. Okay, that carbon dioxide is been dissolved under pressure. Yes, so whenever we try to open the can, the first thing is the carbon dioxide that was under pressure, it comes out in the form of the bubbles, and that is your fizz. Okay, that is your fizz. For that reason, the soft drinks, whenever, not in the can, even in the bottles also, when we are opening the cans or the bottles first, the first thing is the gas, isn't it? The gas coming out, the bubbles coming out. Yes, because the carbon dioxide was dissolved it under the pressure, and all the soft drinks are carbonated drinks. Okay, they are the carbonated drinks. For that reason, the soft drinks always fizz when we open the lid. Am I clear? Okay. See, today what we have learned, we will summarize here. Water is called a universal solvent because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquids. This is important to every living thing on earth. It means that wherever water goes, either through the air, the ground, or through our bodies, it takes along valuable chemicals, minerals, and nutrients. Yes, water is present everywhere, isn't it? Through the air, it travels through the air. Yes, travels through the soil, even in our body. So while its journey, it gets to mix with different types of chemicals, minerals, and nutrients, and it mixes with them very well. Isn't no? It mixes with them very well, other than other liquids. Yes, for that reason we say water is the universal solvent. Okay, water is called a universal solvent because it has the ability than other liquids to mix with many of the substances. Am I clear? Will you remember this point? Yes, that is for that reason it is called a universal solvent. Clear? So today's keywords are undissolved, universal solvent, wall paints, fizz, and stained. Yes, one more time I will read. Undissolved, universal solvent, wall paints, fizz, and stained. Yes? Okay, so today we will stop our class till here. So hope you have understood, and please do, once you go through the book up to how much we have completed, please read the textbook. Okay, please go through the textbook and read the things. Yes, and read the things, so that whatever you have understood, whatever I have explained, whatever we have discussed, it becomes more clear to you. Yes, so we will stop it here today.